We've been sitting here for about a whole day sharing this story with you. It's a true story. It really happened to me, 2012. I knew what was at stake. That if the state of Oregon found me guilty of false information to a police officer, that I wouldn't be sitting here today telling you and talking to you about sovereignty or nationality or being free, about your religion, about your freedom of religion, your rights as a national sovereign people. I wouldn't be sitting here with you today if I didn't have some help from the Creator and the prayers of my grandmothers and my grandfathers. If I didn't search deep within myself to find the medicine that kept me going, to be able to stand up to this injustice, man-made court system in Newport, Oregon. I reached out to people. I'm very thankful to these people who helped me out while I was incarcerated. They gave me support with prayers and time, letters, thoughts. Again, it was a big test of my faith. It was a big test of my life as a man, as a father, as a human being. And I felt like it was the last thing that I could do to show myself who I was. And in that sense, I didn't take any public defenders. I fired one public defender named Dump Truck David T. Bill. That fucker, he was a dump truck, okay? All the way he was a dump truck. And I want you to know that the public defenders, they are not there to really help you at all. They are there in the whole process to help you sign into a plea agreement or sell you out, okay? And district attorney is the judge's lawyer, the court's lawyer, and so you got all these three against you, and that's what happened to me. They went into what's called a grand jury indictment, and they decided that they had enough evidence, and their evidence was taken by a legal search and seizure. They took blood out of my veins, and I have never gone through this in my life. I thought I had diplomatic status. I thought that I was free of the federal system, the state system. I thought I was free of the United States of America when I had this diplomatic international passport with the 13-032 code on there, recognized by the international treaty laws and the diplomatic relations and the Vienna Convention of 1961, and so I had this card with me, and I believed I was doing what I was meant to do: travel to get medicine and bring it home from Canada to the Southwest. And this is what happened in the course of this. In April 19th of 2012, I got arrested for 5 charges at a rest area right outside north of a little resort town called Newport, Oregon. And I had the card with me. I had purchased a new truck, a little it's a white Ford truck. I guess the truck had been reported stolen. I don't know. It was sold to me. I had the bill of sale of this truck. It was reported to me as I guess it was reported stolen. I had the bill of sale made out to me with Nine, and I had prescribed medication with me, prescribed to Nine. I had my music CD with the title Nine on there. I didn't have nothing on my person, on me, that said anything other than Nine. That I had an international passport and a driver's license, and that's how I identified myself. Well, if you are a diplomat and you are on a diplomatic mission, you are immune from process, arrest, and you're free to travel on your own land as you are seen fit, as long as you are not hurting anyone. I was not hurting anyone. I did not do anything to anyone. I was traveling on a spiritual mission to Canada. And this is how I sit here and tell you my story. They took my medicine pouch out of my medicine, accused me of methamphetamines for the contents in my medicine bag. They tested it. They sent it to forensics, to the laboratories. They accused me of driving under the influence, and they went through it from DWI to DUI to under the influence of intoxicants, right? So they tried everything. The law will do everything to prosecute you somehow, and I was not cooperating with them. I was a sovereign national, and I knew that if I did not win the false information charge, that I was gonna lose, and they would get away with genocide on the Lakota Nation. In the court laws, they would have got us and committed genocide right there. So I knew what was at stake. I knew that I had to fight hard, like the warriors and our grandfathers before, and I had no choice. I had to fight hard, and I took an oath. I took a step in my life where I said that I would fight to the death, that I would fight to justify my people. So in this sense, I had no choice but to fight against the United States of America and the state of Oregon and all of its laws and colors of authorities. As fraudulent as it is, I sit here and say that I won and got acquitted of all the charges. 6 months later, on July 26th and 27th, after firing 2 public defenders later, one, dump truck David T. Bell; second, attorney at law Richard Scholl, and I went on through the course of this with limited access to the law library. I was put in solitary for months. I was labeled as blackball in the jail I was in. I was not able to touch the ground. I was incarcerated for the duration in populations and conditions that are not humanly, they are. It's set up to break your spirit and to get you to submit and oppress you, suppress you, till you take a plea agreement to make it seem like you sign into a contract to work for a very long time, okay? And so I faced 15 years, 5 years minimum for these charges and these allegations that they made up, and I told you this is how I ended up in this court. And they tried to justify this false imprisonment and assaulting me civilly and criminally. They violated all my constitutional rights as a national and also as a citizen on my own land that I was traveling through as a diplomat on a diplomatic mission for my people. So, for the people who say that you are sovereign, you have a long way to go. First, you got to recognize individually in your heart and in your minds that you have a long way to go, that we have a long way to go, that we need to study, we need to help one another and give this knowledge to our children, to our people in our medicine lodges, in our everyday life, wherever we can get, to tell our people how we can get out of a system that was not meant for us, how we can endure it, we can survive with that. Well, you're already entitled to the rights that you were born with, except that they took your breath for a while and claimed you as a slave without your permission. So they contracted with you. They broke many federal laws. If you take it to court and you go however far with it, these are crimes punishable by death. This is treason. And when they take that oath, they're taking an oath to uphold this law and to keep this fraud and this scheme going. So yes, you are telling a truth. You are getting out of a system that was not set up for you. Is what I'm getting at, that you are national free people, and we are giving up our own national status as free people. Every minute that we sign our children and apply for the system and the so-called benefits, I would much rather have my clan mother judge me and my people, my community judge me, than a white judge or a white system that was not meant for me, that was meant for alien or a citizen, statutory citizen, or whatever they want to call it. But I choose to restore my sovereign status as a full-blooded Dine, and my full fruits of my labor. I declare and recognize my independence for the Dine people and the Tuareg people, as we are the true leaders and the true teachers. And we have very few people now to look up to. Myself, I have all my elders are passing away, and we are in a new time, in a new era, and I awaken you with this knowledge as people to a people. I gladly share these words with you. I gladly and honorably share these words with you. From my humbleness to your home and your thoughts and your spirit. Thank you for listening this evening. You can tune in tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Okay, high noon, because that's when they say that we make that biggest connection, right?